Hello everybody and welcome to the Bristol Motor Speedway for the 24th race of our 2002 NR2003 season. After this race, just 2 races remain in the regular season. Rusty Wallace is leading this race from the pole already, as we see everyone else back here racing for position throughout the pack. Rusty Wallace, though, is leading. He's your regular season points leader, looking to clinch that regular season championship and clinch his playoff position over the next couple of episodes here, next couple of races, so he can make sure he makes the playoffs and has those 15 bonus playoff points for winning the regular season championship. Oh, we got crashed! Tony Stewart hard in the inside wall. He goes around. His car is destroyed. The caution will come out. The 20 of Tony Stewart got turned by playoff bubble driver Terry Labonte hard into the inside wall. That destroys the entire left side of Tony Stewart's car. That will pretty much put him out of contention for the day after this hard hit and crash for Tony Stewart here at Bristol. And this is only the beginning of the chaos that is yet to come. Tony Stewart wrecking out here on lap 1. And oh, Mark Martin almost got turned right there by Stacy Compton. Oh, we got Bobby Labonte, Ricky Craven, cars up the racetrack everywhere. And it was Bobby Labonte who got turned here by Jerry Nadeau, it looks like, right up into Bobby Hamilton, and caused a massive stack up here where everyone else is scattering, trying to avoid. Luckily they do, as there's actually Bobby Labonte trying to turn. Kevin Harvick gets bounced off of Kyle Petty, turned off of Bobby Hamilton into the wall, and Bobby just spins into the wall. His season has been absolutely disastrous. After being runner-up in the championship last season, it has just not gone his way today, as Rusty Wallace will lead early at Bristol. And now Jerry Nadeau is taking the lead on lap 19 out of the race now. You have, that looks like Ricky Craven and Jeff Burton, the 32 and the 99 is out. There's 97 of Kurt Busch coming down pit road. He's fallen a lap down after starting in the top 3, so unfortunate for Kurt. He had a good run going. That will, of course, come to an end now, as back at the front is Jerry Nadeau fighting for the lead. It's now Robbie Gordon who's actually taking the lead. It looks like Kevin Harvick's taking second, but he's actually lapper. It's Nadeau second, but Robbie Gordon's leading here at Bristol, trying to put himself in a great spot to contend for this win, maybe get a win to get in the playoffs. Robbie Gordon leads at Bristol. And now another crash has happened, this time taking out Kyle Petty's number 45 and Mark Martin's number 6, which is going to be detrimental to their playoff hopes, as your new leader is the 14 of Stacy Compton, trying to pull off the huge upset here and find himself a way into the playoffs. That would be crazy if that happens. We'll see. Right now, Sterling Marlin is in a 3-wide battle with Ken Schrader and Jeremy Mayfield. Mayfield, I believe, is running in second place right now, trying to track down Compton for the race lead. Rick Mast, Tony Stewart now 3-wide with Schrader on the outside. These 3-wide situations at Bristol just do not end well typically here in N2003. And speaking of Rick Mast, getting turned by Tony Stewart up the track into Schrader, into the wall goes Kenny Schrader and Rick Mast. And it looks like we will stay green. No caution is called yet. We stay green. We continue racing as they kept it going the right direction, but that was a crazy incident. Now Elliott Souther, Schrader, and Ward Burton are 3-wide. Come down the front stretch. Ward Burton gets turned into Elliott Souther, and Elliott Souther into the wall. A bubble driver having issues. Spins up in the outside wall. Will lose his track position, but we stay green once again. What a chaotic way to start this race. Stacy Compton is still leading over Jeremy Mayfield. And now on to lap 77. Compton continues to lead. He led a good chunk of laps here. Jimmy Johnson is 1 lap down, trying to unlap himself right behind the 14 of Compton to get up into contention. You got cars going everywhere behind him. We got trouble. Jeff Green bounced off the wall. Watch out. Almost had a crash here with Robert Presley and Brett Bonine behind us, though. Oh, we got a big stack behind us. Jeff Gordon here. Cars were stacking up all over the place. That's was Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Casey Atwood got involved in an accident with Rick Mast heading to turn 3. Here's what happened. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is running the bottom, Rick Mast middle, Casey out on the top. They get squeezed. Mast turns Atwood into Earnhardt up in the wall. They go hard, and Jr. and Casey Atwood spin out, both hurting their chances to make the playoffs. They're also both drivers around that bubble area, especially Earnhardt Jr. He just charged his way up into the top 20 in points over the last couple of episodes to get into contention here. We'll see if he can hang on, so that will bring out the caution flag. Newman almost got turned right there by Billy. He saved it, but is Stacy Compton leading and no longer here at Bristol, as now it is Ricky Rudd out front on lap 83. Jimmy Johnson looks to lap himself on the inside of Rudd, who's trying to hold off the 26 of Todd Bodine, having a very strong run early in this race, as we always got to look through mid to the back of the pack here, as incidents can come out of nowhere. You got Ward Burton, Steve Park, 3-wide with Jeff Green right now, battling hard for position, as these Bristol races have tended to be chaos. And of course, last season, 2001, already earlier this season, was a chaotic Bristol spring race that led to Tony Stewart getting his first win of the season. As we continue to just monitor everything, make sure nothing's going wrong here. Once again, a tight 3-wide squeeze there. Bobby Hamilton, Matt Kenseth battling for position back here. Now Bobby Labonte goes way up the racetrack to Jimmy Spencer to Atwood. All around goes Earnhardt Jr. Gets turned by Casey Atwood and Jimmy Spencer, and he will spin once again, but he doesn't look that badly damaged. Oh, and now Jerry Nadeau gets dumped into the inside wall. More carnage as the caution comes out here at Bristol. The chaos continues. This time is Jerry Nadeau who gets turned by Rusty Wallace and into the inside safer barrier hard. Big damage to Jerry Nadeau, and that would pretty much put him in a must-win situation to make the playoffs. As Ricky Rudd leads this race. And on lap 91, Ricky Rudd continues to lead on this restart. Terry Labonte, bubble driver, running second, right where he needs to be running right now, up at the front of the field. Brett Bodine runs in third. How about that? But you guys still got the lap cars fighting hard on the bottom. You got Newman up there, Jimmy Johnson, Johnny Benson, all trying to get back on the lead lap, find their way into contention here, but no luck so far. Now as we go into 1 and 2 here, Harvick, Michael Waltrip getting physical, 3 wide behind us. Michael Waltrip just got used up by Kevin Harvick. He says, "Move it, pal," and he does. Oh, we got a crash. Stacy Compton in the wall this time. The 14 machine and Jimmy Spencer get together and spin themselves both out on the back straightaway. Compton led a bunch of laps in stage 1 earlier in this stage. Wrecks himself here. Jimmy Spencer collects some damage as well. He's your Daytona race winner. And the 26 is Todd Bodine's going to get turned around by Mayfield up the track. Luckily, no one hits him there as we're under yellow. Ricky Rudd's your race leader, back at it here on lap 98. There's obviously a good chunk of cars out of this race already from a multitude of incidents we have been. Stage 1 is nearly over. We're about 8 laps to go in the stage here. And if these guys keep racing like this, we're going to keep having a bunch more cautions. As behind us, there's a 3-wide squeeze there. It looks like with Elliott Sadler and Kevin Harvick, but it looks like they sort their issues out and continue on. Now on the front stretch, it's Jeff Green, Bobby Hamilton, Kevin Harvick running 3 wide, battling for position. Jimmy Spencer gets turned in front of the field, into the wall he goes with Elliott Sadler, another bubble driver having issues today at Bristol. This time Elliott Sadler goes around and into the wall as a caution comes out. As once again, another caution here late in the stage at Bristol. Now, Kenny Wallace has stayed out to take the lead here at Bristol on the last lap of stage 1. So 1-lap dash to end the stage. Kenny Wallace looks like he's going to get a solid playoff point here with the stage win to steal it right out of the grasp. But we got a crash. Kurt Busch goes into the wall hard. And another instant caution was already out to call the end of the stage. But this time, Kurt Busch gets hooked by Rusty Wallace and goes slamming hard into the inside wall. And Kurt Busch continues to have a disastrous season as Kenny Wallace wins stage 1 at Bristol, followed by Brett Bodine, Dale Jarrett, Jeff Green, Kevin Harvick, Ricky Rudd, Ward Burton, Stacy Compton, Jimmy Johnson, and Ken Schrader, the top 10. So Kenny Wallace wins stage 1. Now Ricky Rudd leads here on lap 111. A little bit later, the restart after the end of stage 1. He's trying to hold off there the field back here. We got more 3-wide racing that could lead to more accidents, which has been the theme of the race. Crash, 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 crash. As well, 3-wide got a little dicey up there with Junior, Bobby Hamilton, and Todd Bodine. Back here, we're still watching Jeremy Mayfield, Michael Waltrip, and Bobby Labonte race 3-wide for position here through turn 1 and 2. Heading down the back straightaway. They're really squeezing up ahead of us. But then right now everyone's keeping it clean. Oh, Rusty Wallace gets turned up into Steve Park. A hard crash, and Sterling Marlin gets hit by Kenny Wallace. And the caution will come out again here in Bristol. As Rusty Wallace, your points leader, gets dumped by Jerry Nadeau, takes out Steve Park with nowhere to go, and Sterling Marlin piles in. As Nadeau just dumps Rusty hard into the outside wall he goes. Rusty Wallace, big hit there. Sorry, Sterling Marlin, big hit there for your stage 1 winner of Kenny Wallace, who hits the inside wall. And Bobby Labonte's gone around again. The 18 continues to have issues here at Bristol. Now the 18 of Bobby Labonte has been turned by Matt Kenseth into the outside wall. Bobby Labonte's season, that is honestly the epitome of what the season has been. It has just not been anything of note. It has been struggle. Meanwhile, Ricky Rudd is leading this race on to lap 118. And lap 119, Ricky Rudd leads. We have a bunch more cars out of this race. And back here, we got a huge crash by Johnny Benson, Elliott Sadler, a huge hit there for Jeff Green off of Jimmy Spencer. A cataclysmic collision here at Bristol. Jimmy Spencer T-bones Jeff Green hard. Airtime, our most recent race winner, of course. Jeff Green getting into the playoffs with the upset win at Michigan. Now Elliott Sadler, another playoff bubble driver, is destroyed from another incident. Johnny Benson this time gets turned off of Sadler, and they both wipe out the track hard in the outside wall. Jeff Green nowhere to go, piles in, and boom! Jimmy Spencer slams the 30 of Jeff Green. A hard crash will knock Jeff Green, Jimmy Spencer out of this race, and now Earnhardt Jr. and Harvick are around. More carnage. Jr. comes right up the racetrack and wipes out Kevin Harvick. Into the outside wall they go. More damage sustained by both cars, but nothing too significant, so they should be okay to continue. Now Casey Atwood restarts in the lead, down to just 31 cars in the race now. Only like 18 on the lead lap here on lap 136. He leads over Terry Labonte. Jeff Gordon's a lap car trying to just survive this race to get the points to try to advance. Into the wall goes Rusty Wallace and Jimmy Johnson. Big contact with Ryan Newman. We stay green. Jimmy and Newman lose a bunch of track position after getting put in the wall right there. And oh, now Sterling Marlin's around. He's upside down. Goes Sterling Marlin in the 40. Up and over. In turn 1 and 2, a hellacious crash involving Bobby Hamilton, Dale Jarrett, Bill Elliott, and Brett Bodine. A 5-car crash here as it all starts with 3 wide between Hamilton, Bodine, and Marlin. They get together, they turn up into Kenny Wallace. Your stage 1 winner goes into the wall. Sterling gets turned and then gets hit T-bone right by Dale Jarrett in the hood, and then Bill Elliott T-bones Sterling, flips him upside down. He does one rollover, lands on all fours. But a big crash there as the chaos continues at Bristol. Now on to lap 143, Jeremy Mayfield is now your race leader as the lead continues to change hands frequently. And what has been a chaotic race. And oh, behind us, Casey out into the side of Todd Bodine. Big contact right there. They continue on as we look at the 77 of Dave Blaney here at mid-pack. And look at Jimmy Johnson going way wide, racing Matt Kenseth and Brett Bodine. Down his back stretch, Junior and Ryan Newman almost crashed right there. As we go down the front stretch, oh, Kenny Wallace around. Oh, we got cars checking up. We got Kurt Busch around into the outside wall with Robbie Gordon. They crash now, and the caution will come out once again here in Bristol. Jeff Gordon, playoff bubble driver, once again in the middle of this, turns Kurt Busch up into Robbie Gordon. Luckily dodges any big damage up into the wall. Goes Kurt Busch and Robbie Gordon together as Kurt Busch has really struggled mightily ever since he got that win in California earlier this season. It has not been the same for Kurt. As Jeremy Mayfield leads, now Ricky Rudd is taking the lead back later in stage 2. He leads over Kevin Harvick in the 29, who continues his charge back into playoff contention. Then Casey Atwood, Terry Labonte fight back there for third with Brett Bodine in fifth. 3 wide here once again, Nadeau, Bobby Hamilton, and Kenny Wallace into turn 3. As they all fight hard now, Mike Wallace goes on the inside, so you got both Wallace brothers here racing with Jerry Nadeau. As we look throughout the field, everyone seems, hopefully, for right now, to be keeping it green and clean. Oh, and not anymore. Junior into the wall with Casey Atwood, and Terry Labonte sends them in. Caution once again, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. continues to have a race filled with multiple spins into the outside wall. Now Kenny Wallace is taking the lead for, guess what? Another short dash to end stage 2. It's once again going to be a 1-lap shootout here to end the stage. Kenny Wallace knows what he's got to do. He stays out. He restarts in the lead. Is in perfect position to bring home the stage win. And so 3-4 for the final time in the stage. Kenny Wallace is going to win stage 2 and sweep the stages here at Bristol. Followed by Bobby Hamilton, Kenny Schrader. Got Kevin Harvick. You got Todd Bodine, Ricky Rudd, Terry Labonte, Robbie Gordon, Bill Elliott, Jeff Gordon, Jimmy Johnson, I believe, are your top 10 in the stage. Now, Kenny Schrader now leads with just 94 laps to go in this race. A bunch of cars have been out. We have a lot less cars on the lead lap. The carnage has just been endless all race long. We've set a record for cautions, I'm sure, up to this point. Bristol is just chaos. That is what we have learned in these simulations, that you can not expect anything. But Schrader in the lead here, looking for his second win of the season. He won at Richmond, which is our regular season finale, 2 episodes from now, earlier this season, and is looking to get win number 2 here for the MB2 Motorsports Pontiac number 36 machine. He leads the way. Now we want to 2 laps. He'll come to the white flag for Kenny Schrader, about to get his second win in 2002 here at Bristol and start to become a real contender here on the short tracks. White flag. Final lap for Sunrise Credit One Bank at Bristol for Ken Schrader. Can he bring home the win, get his second win of the season, get some extra playoff points to help his cause when we begin the playoffs in just 3 short episodes at New Hampshire, as Ken Schrader through the final corner. Schrader wins at Bristol. Your runner-up is going to be the 28 of Ricky Rudd. 3rd place will be Robbie Gordon. 4th is going to be the 24 of Jeff Gordon. A much-needed top 5 finish that will help his playoff hopes big time. And rounding out your top 5 is Kenny Wallace, then Terry Labonte, Todd Bodine, Jimmy Johnson, Dale Earnhardt Jr., and Bill Elliott. Your top 10 is Kenny Schrader wins at Bristol for the second time this season. He is a winner, and he will pull into victory lane. As you see the race results on the left side of your screen in the extremely long list of DNFs, and we'll see the updated playoff grid momentarily. Now I get to the playoff grid. Ken Schrader is the second win of the season, will slot in 7th on the playoff grid. A very big moment for Schrader right there. And Rusty Wallace has officially clinched his playoff spot on points and remains your regular season points leader. Now at the bubble, Jeff Gordon now moves up to plus 26 to the good. Terry Labonte up by 18 over Elliott Sadler, who sits 18 points below the cut line. Ward Burton, Dale Jr., Mark Martin, and Kyle Petty are still pretty much right now in must-win territory. So until the next episode for the Southern 500 at Darlington, I hope you all have a good one.